there, me again, back to some nostalgia of musical theater. When I was in the 8th grade, I got my big start in musical theater with the production of Anything Goes. By the time it was ninth grade, I was all in, and our show that year was Once Upon a Mattress. And when I auditioned, I got cast in the part of Princess Winifred, the Woebegone. Here's a picture of our big cast from Once Upon a Mattress at Thomas G. Pullen Junior High School, under the direction of Mrs. McCormick and Mr. Carter. And here is another production of me and my leading man, Arthur Bailey. He played Prince Dauntless. And what I remember most about this production was my Aunt Norma's reaction when she came to see it, because there is a part of the production where the princess sleeps on a bed of 20 mattresses, and a pea is buried under the bottom mattress to see if they're testing her for her sensitivity. Well, my Aunt Norma was sitting in the audience, and when she saw me get up on top of this big structure that they built, she was bothering my father to take me down from there because she was afraid I was going to get hurt. So, and this is the story that they had told me after the fact, of course. But boy, did I love playing this part. And I was so excited when my daughter hit high school. We had decided we would do a production of it, and she auditioned and she played the part as well. So here is one of my favorite numbers from Once Upon a Mattress as Princess Winifred. And yes, I'm much, much too old to ever play this role again, but boy, it was fun when it lasted. And so the young Prince Waldair, after having slain the dragon Fafnir with his father's sword Minning, rescued the Princess Frigga, and together they mounted his horse Trigga, and rode off to the castle Wunderbar, where they were married and lived happily ever after. I'm glad. They all lived happily, happily, happily ever after. The couple is happily leaving the chapel eternally tied. When the curtain descends, there is nothing but loving and laughter. When the fairy tale ends, the heroine's always a bride. Ella, the girl of the cinders, did the wash in the walls and the windows, but she landed a prince who was brawny and blue-eyed and blonde. Still, I honestly doubt that she could ever have done it without that crazy lady with the wand. Cinderella had outside help. I have no one but me. Fairy godmother, 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 where can you be? I haven't got a fairy godmother. I haven't even got a godmother. I have a mother, a plain, ordinary woman. Snow White was so pretty, they tell us, that the queen was insulted and jealous when the mirror declared that Snow White was the fairest of all. She was dumped on the border, but was saved by some men who adored her. Oh, I grant you. They were small, but there were 7 of them, practically a regiment. I'm alone in the night, by myself, not a dwarf, not an elf, not a goblin inside. That girl had 7 determined little men working day and night just for her. Oh, sure, the queen gave her a poisoned apple. But even so, she lived happily, happily, happily ever after. The magical kiss counteracted the apple eventually. Though I know I'm not clever, I'll do what they tell me I have to. I want some happily ever after to happen to me. Rapunzel had platinum tresses that were double the length of her dresses. She was kept in a tower for years by a wicked old witch. Till one night, in despair down, she scrambled by letting her hair down. That's what I call quite a switch. I wonder. No, that will never do. I'll be finished before I begin. And besides, I don't want to get out. I want to get in. I want to get into some happily, happily ever after. I want to walk happily out of the chapel eternally tied.